Hi everyone. So today we are going to do some updates on some of the items that I've purchased, especially the things that we were going to test from certain lots. So I'm just going to do all the testing here and post it as a video so you guys can see. Now I have purchased a couple other silver items or quote unquote sterling items, and so I'll be testing those as well. I tried to keep everything together that we had gone through in the videos, so you may see some other pieces that get tested here. Um, those are not for sale at this time, but you can definitely reach out to me if you're interested in any of the pieces. I did get my acid light and bright, and I did get a new 18 karat. So we're gonna test that one. Um, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start with the silver acid testing first. And then what we can do is we can test it with the 18 karat and see if it still comes up as sterling or if we get some other result. So first we had a few items. I don't know which one this came from. There are so many little lots at this point that, you know, I'm sure that you guys will, if you're following my my things, you're gonna see. Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, I remember that. And so I'll be providing a little bit of an update on those items. And we'll see what we've got, and hopefully we get a little bit of sterling. Although I don't know why that little piece is in there. He looks super copper to me. But yeah, we'll test just for the sake of testing. I'm going to move it down just a little bit so that you can see. So the first one is this little earring that kind of has a copper feel to it. So I don't know about that. Next, we have, this does look like a Peter Roth. So I'm actually going to scratch this 3 times. We're gonna test different little pieces here. Let's test the chain. So we have these 3 for there. Let's see, what else did we get? We got this necklace, which is beautimous. It is marked 925. So we're going to test him. I got the earring over here. Let's see. We were going to test the diachroic. I don't know if they are. They looked kind of sterling, but I don't know. We did get these little earrings that are not marked. So we're going to test that as well because it kind of looked like sterling. Let's see what else. We got this little item. So we're going to, ooh, ladies and gentlemen, I do not think that this is, I do not think it is. And then we got this little ring that is marked inside. So we're going to give him a test. And then let's see, what other room do I have here? We got this little ring with the really cool little rhinestones in the beads in the lapis. So we were going to test him. He looks kind of coppery. We were going to test this. I do not believe that this is sterling, but we said we would test it. So we got him. Let's see what else. We got this earring. Oh, we were going to test this and then see if I could fix it. Mm. All right, so let's move everything over. We didn't test those yet. Okay, let's start with those. I do not believe that that is sterling. All right, there we go. Let's get those Q-tips out. So I'm pretty sure that this first one is not. No. So we know that those are not sterling. And it looks like if you look at the red, I know that you can't see it in this light. Maybe I can bring it down. You can see where it's gone like a brown color underneath. So let me bring you back up. Oh, and all of a sudden my camera doesn't want to hold. Give me a second. There we go. All right, so I'm pretty sure that this is sterling. Yep. Yep. And the chain. Yes. So I do know that this is sterling. I am going to look it up. It could be a Peter Roth, but I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll definitely check that out. This one does look like sterling too. It is. And this is, I mean, it's a gorgeous necklace. Remember, you guys, remember the little beads? I don't know what kind of stone, maybe some type of jasper, but we know that that is sterling. Let's do the earring. Oh, the earrings are sterling. And why is it that I feel like I'm missing one? 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we do have 6. Next, we have these little earrings. They are not sterling. Then we had this. This looks too coppery. Not sterling. Let's see what the ring is. Oh, this was sterling. Nice. I'm gonna have to look up that symbol on the inside. But yeah, awesome. And these are from the little lots that I purchased either on Facebook or Facebook, which is local to me. So these 2 items are not sterling. And then we have this little one over here, and he is not sterling. So we did get some sterling, which I'm really happy about. I don't believe that I bought the lots. It did not have that anything was sterling in the lot. So I'm really happy about that. Remember this little thing? I think he's super cute. I do not believe that he is sterling. And I didn't give him a super huge scratch because I don't want to ruin it. We're going to test these little earrings, which I do believe are sterling. So we'll put those together. We were going to test the frog, and I knew that it wasn't, but I was wondering if the ear wire was. So we're going to test that. We are going to test the little baby pearl earrings. Look at those, you guys. They're so gorgeous. These kind of feel like sterling to me. What else did we have? We did have the little butterfly. I do not believe that he is sterling. We did have this little one. I don't think he was marked either, but we'll test him. Oh no, he does not look like sterling, my friends. We were going to test this because it just, I don't know, guys. I don't know. We had this little necklace. Let's see, what else did we have in here? We did have these little earrings. I do not know if they are, but I do believe that those are amethyst. So I would definitely be surprised if they were not real. Okay, let's kind of just shift everything over here. And we do have these little hoop earrings. I think we were going to do this anyway, but I do not believe that it is. Nope. See the copper coming through? And then I think, so this is the Isle of Skye. Now, I actually looked up the Isle of Skye. It is a very expensive piece of jewelry. So I'm going to hold this until we test for the gold. We did have this little bulldog. I do not believe that he is, but we're going to test him with the gold. I don't believe that those are going to be sterling. So I'm just going to put those in the non-sterling pile. Then we had this little, he looks like he's losing some silver tone. Oh yeah, he is not. So we're going to put him in our pendant lot. And then we had this, which is really nicely made. I mean, I hate to scratch it anywhere because it's like really nice condition. So maybe we'll do a little bit of research on that, and I'll provide the update in this video. I know I've been kind of behind, guys, because you know I was setting up for a flea market, you know, trying to get videos out. I got invoices that need to be done. I got testing that needs to be done. So, you know, it's been a little bit of a crazy couple weeks. So this is for this. So that is not sterling. The little earrings are sterling. So we're going to put those in our sterling pile. The frog. See that? So I may have to do these ear wires again. These are the little pearl earrings. They are definitely sterling. Next we had this little pendant, which I know is not sterling. Then we had this pendant, which is definitely not sterling. Then we had the necklace. Not sterling. Then we had, oh, maybe this was the sterling. These are the earrings. Nope, nope, this is right. So this is not sterling. These earrings are sterling. Not sterling. So this is not sterling. I'm really surprised about these. I'm going to do them one more time. because they are real amethysts, you guys. So that's just it's weird, but it happens. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we'll get rid of you, and then we'll do you again. I don't think that they are. Nope. So, you guys, sterling pieces. Now, let me just do these ear wires one more time. Just to double check, because we got a little bit of red, but that could be, the little bit of red could be a silver plating, which is why we always retest with a deeper scratch. Oh, yeah. Those are definitely sterling wires. So I will, I mean, I don't think the frogs are sterling, you guys. I'm pretty sure they're not, but the ear wires are. So I got the ear wires. These are sterling. The little hoops are sterling. These little earpieces are sterling. These are sterling. Whoop. And our necklace is sterling. And this is sterling. So I'm very interested to look that up. I will put on here if I find anything out about that. So that was our first little set of sterling review. Let me get a baggie to put all of the sterling in so I know that it has been tested. And then that way I can, you know, package it up. So very interesting. And these were, I believe these were like the little Facebook lots. These were not off of Goodwill, I don't think. I think this one was Goodwill. And we got a couple little bits and pieces here. So yeah, I think that this one was Goodwill. So we'll check the sterling and, you know, well, check the silver pieces and see what we got. And hopefully, you know, we did get a little bit of sterling. Let me just undo all these little chains here. I think this is one chain. Okay. All right, guys. Remember Vulgary? So we're going to test him too. Is he a fake? That is the question. Okay, guys, let's do a little bit of our acid neutralizer. You know, I love to make sure that there's no acidity, and as you will see, I have my little things and I put the acid neutralizer on them and they kind of bubble. But you know what? It helps to neutralize the acid before I throw them away. I always like to make sure that I am that my acid, before I wipe it up, it is neutralized. Because acid is acid and it will tear through your stuff. So this is just something that I do. I'm super, super precautious about it. And that's because I want to make sure that when I throw this stuff away, the acid is not eating through the paper or the garbage. You know, you can set things on fire if you're not careful. So just need to be, you know, mindful. Okay, so we did get a few things out of the Goodwill blue box, or not blue box, I'm sorry, the Shop Goodwill box. You guys remember that we got the little Vulgary, and I also got the Karl Lagerfeld, which I am going to show you guys what it looks like now because you're going to be so surprised. So we're going to test this. It is marked 925, so I am hoping that it is real and not fake. So that's the Vulgary. Then we did get this ring. Looks to be in really good condition. Nope, it's looking kind of coppery. We did get the little earrings that were marked ATI China. Now, here's the thing, guys. It is marked ATI China, but it is not marked 925. So that's where you need to be cognizant of what you were looking at, because it's almost like a gold. And at the back of the earring, right there. See how the copper comes through? That tells me they're not sterling, but we will test them nonetheless. We got this this gorgeous little necklace, so I'm gonna test both the chain and this little silver piece right here. Oop, that does not look to be sterling. No, it does not look to be sterling, my friends. Now, we do have a little pin that is caught in here, so I'm going to do this with the gold testing. I'm going to do these with the gold testing. Let's see, what else? Is there anything else that's more of a gold? I do not believe that that is marked, so we will probably do that with the gold testing. We got the little earrings. We have this chain. I do not believe that this is sterling, but we'll test it. We're going to test the bracelet. That feels like a steel or copper. We're going to test this little chain right here that I believe is not marked, but I mean, it looks sterling. And then we're going to test this little doohickey. Ooh. And then we have these two little pairs of earrings. So I'm going to test. Ooh, those are coppery looking. And then I'm going to test these little ones. And that's what they look like. They might be sapphires. I don't remember. So let's move all this stuff along and let's see what we've got. So is the Vulgary real? Let's do that one first. That's the one I think we're all super interested in. It is real. It is real. So the Vulgary, both the necklace and the pendant, is real. That is awesome. Now oop, we're going to do the ring, which is very coppery. I do not believe that that is sterling. Nope. So I'm going to put that in our non-sterling pile. Then we had the earrings marked ATI China. And remember, guys, if you're not seeing that 92, even when you do see the 925 mark, you got to test. So those are not sterling. Then we had the little coppery necklace. And I do not believe that any of these are going to be sterling. Not sterling. Not sterling. Not sterling. Let's just put this on the rest of them. This looks like a brass to me. All right, so let's start at, we're going to start at this. Let me move everything down. Okay, so we're going to start at this end. They are sterling. So these little earrings are sterling. I do not believe that those are sterling. Nope. So we're going to put those in the non-sterling pile. Then we have this little thing right here. Oh, he is very much sterling. So that's awesome. Now, these three I do not believe are sterling. These two came out as like a copper color. And that one is, this is more of a bronze. So it's more of a gold color. Yeah. So I mean, it's a beautiful bracelet, but it's not sterling, not sterling, not sterling, not sterling. So I'm going to put those all in our non-sterling pile. I'm really happy with the Bulgari. Then we had a couple more items. We had this little wire wrap bracelet, so we're going to test that. And then we're going to test this little heart pendant necklace. Let's not get it in the acid. Interesting. So this has got a rhodium plating on it. So let's look at that. Do you guys see the rhodium plating on that? How super shiny it is? So it did mark, but I think I did not go through the rhodium plating. So we'll test the chain just to see what we have. I do not believe that any of these are sterling. Nope. Nope. No. So I will probably, I don't know, guys. I'm going to have to super double check that one, but this is not sterling. So that was in our second lot. So let's see. We actually, from the Goodwill box, got 3 items that were sterling. The Bulgari necklace, the earrings, which I think those are probably like a sapphire or a blue spinel. They're gorgeous. And then this little pendant right here, because it is marked, but it is ATI 925. So that is sterling. So that's cool. So those are the 3 items that we did get that was sterling. And while I'm thinking of it, let's just look at the Karl Lagerfeld. Now, I will attempt to put a in picture of what the Lagerfeld jewelry looked like and the tassel. But look at that, guys. That's how you know it's good quality. If you guys remember this tassel, it looked horrible. This is probably made from a very high-end silk. It came out beautiful. I'm keeping it in a package so that it remains flat, but look at that. So what I did, you're going to be like, well, Lisa, what did you do to get it back to its original form? Well, what I did is I took a Q-tip with just a touch of water on it, and I literally went individually to to get them all back down where they were supposed to be. And then I put it into a plastic wrap. So this Karl Lagerfeld is in excellent, excellent condition. Beautiful piece. So I'm super excited about that, along with the Bulgari and these two sterling silver pieces. Because if you remember, guys, when I got that box, it wasn't great, you know? And I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make my money back on these two Shop Goodwill boxes. And I think that with these two items, I'm gonna be able to make my money back on both boxes. So I'm really happy about that. All right, guys, I paused there so I could put away the Karl Lagerfeld stuff. Now, where did I put our little, so this is our sterling. So we're going to add these to our little sterling pile. So I'm very happy, you know, again, I'm very happy that Goodwill, I was able to get something out of it, um, to be able to make at least my money back, because that's ultimately what we're doing, right? You at least want to make your money back. It's treasure hunting. We want to hunt for treasure. We want to find cool stuff. But at the end of the day, we just need to make sure that, you know, in order to bring content to you, that I'm able to make my money back so that I can purchase more treasure hunting items. And I do have some treasure hunting items. I got two more Shop Goodwill lots. One was in a silver tone, one was in a gold tone. I had a lot that I purchased on a platform that shall not be named, but it begins with an M. And it was so bad, and I will show you guys what I got, because this just goes to show you how difficult it can be. And I'll tell you the story behind that. So now we did get some other items. So I do have some rings that need to be done. So let me get all my little rings out. There were a couple. Now I did pick up, you guys, and it is gorgeous. Check this out. I am actually thinking of keeping this. It is ruby and emerald. It is marked inside, and it is, whoop, you guys, this ring is amazing. It literally, and I mean, it's small for me, but, and I think that there is a gold on there. Can you see that? See the gold? So I think that that is probably like a 14 karat. Now, I actually got this pretty cheap. I think I picked it up for maybe $30. And the only thing that's bad about it, you see how like the little, here, let me get my pointer. So you see like where the little tooths or the little teeth are like coming apart. So there's a couple like that. See right here? So I think what I'm going to have to do is I am going to have to take it to a jeweler and make sure that those items are set in there. But isn't that gorgeous? So I do need to still test them. I don't know how hard it's going to be for me to test between the gold and the silver. I think this is probably a gold overlay. But yeah, isn't that gorgeous? Very Greek style. I did test the rubies and the diamonds. So yeah, I'm really happy with that purchase. All right, let's go through the new rings that I've gotten. Um, you know, sometimes I purchase rings. This is China 925. But look at the blue. So this hasn't been cleaned yet. I mean, I literally purchased it and have not been able to acid test anything. So we're going to scratch that. Back up some of this stuff. Then I have this little ring, S925. It is phenomenal. I mean, it's just a gorgeous piece, you guys. I'm in love with it. I am in love with it. I don't know what the stones are. I don't believe that I've tested any of the stones because I've, you know, I always usually test the sterling first. And then we got a bunch of little rings. So let's go through and look at them. We got this one. This is a huge ring. This has got to be like a 13. It is marked. And this comes from one of those silver lots that I purchased. So, you know, I'll be interested to see if any of these. So this is actually Effie. You guys see that? Hold the door. See that? It's Effie. So that's exciting. I picked up a ring lot that had an Effie ring in it, and these are quite expensive. And then we have this little, this one says 925. That is a cat's eye stone. So hopefully that is silver. Then I got this ring. This is marked 103925. I don't know what that is, but we'll do that. Then we have this ring. Now, I don't believe that this is real. It does say 925 on it, but I don't know, guys. It's got a copper to it. Then we have this thick little sterling band. Definitely a smaller size, but it is. I mean, look at how thick that is. So let's move these all along. We got this one that is marked 925. We got this, we got this one that is not marked. Oh yes, it is marked 925. We got this one that says, "You are my sunshine." And it is marked 925. It looks like ATI. And last but not least, we have this little moon and star. It is Mexico, 925. So a little celestial ring. So I always do a double scratch, I think with the exception of that one. So let's put the acid on. You know when it's silver because it will automatically turn like a brown color underneath. And it's easier for me to see on camera than it is for you to see on camera. But that is why I use Q-tips. So that because I'm on a black stone, if this was on a white stone, and I do actually have a white stone, so I'll show you on a white stone too what it does. So let's go off of our rings. Absolutely, absolutely sterling. This is sterling. This is sterling. This is our FE ring. Whoop, whoop. I think he was the one I was most worried about. Yeah, he's not coming up as sterling. So we're going to put him forward or backward. He is definitely sterling. Now this is the one that was suspect. He's not sterling. Now this one is, see how bright the red is on that? So this is probably more of a fine silver versus the dark. So the darker the red, it's still 925. If it was a really dark brown, it could be like an 800. But when it's a super bright red, that's a finer silver. So that's how you know. Then we had this one is also not silver. We had this one, which is also not silver. And then we had this one that is silver. And then we had this one, which is also silver. Now, out of the ring of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I bought 12 rings. And 4 of them, so one fourth or 1/3 of the rings are not sterling. So we're going to do them one more time, because maybe I didn't get a good scratch. I'm not even going to test him. All right, so I did a little bit of a harder scratch. So let's see if we got sterling. That one almost looks like sterling. That one almost looks like sterling. So let's have a look. Nope, not sterling. Nope, not sterling. Nope, not sterling. Now I am probably, let's just run a 14K on that. I do not believe that it is. Actually, I'm going to run 14K on all of these because this one is a gold color. I really don't think that that one is. So let's run our 14K on these two just to make sure that we're not dealing with gold. Nope. Now, you always start with 14 karat gold, and I'll tell you why. Because 10 karat gold, or the 10 karat acid, is the most, I can probably put this on the end here, and it's gonna, see how it stays? So let me show you again. So we know that this is not 14 karat gold, and we know it is not sterling. But look at it stay on the 10 karat. Now, you're like, well, Lisa, it's staying on 10 karat, so it would be 10 karat, right? Well, let's double check that. So I'm going to move the acid back so you can see the key gold tester. We're going to take our ring that is apparently 10 karat gold. We're going to put it on our key gold tester. And let's just go ahead and touch this and see. There you go. So even though the 10 karat gold came up, you're seeing it is not 10 karat gold. So that is why I don't use 10 karat gold first, because you can get a lot of misreadings with the 10 karat gold acid, where the 14 karat gold acid, if this was 10 karat gold and I put the 14 karat gold acid on it, it wouldn't stay exactly gold. But if it turns to like a darker brown, that is a lesser carat of gold. So you should always work with your 14 karat gold where you can. Very rarely will I do 10 karat gold, simply because that is what happens. So 4 of my rings, not sterling. So that's very, it's disappointing, because they're listed as 10 karat gold rings or sterling rings. But I did get a couple others. I did get the Effie ring, so, it's okay. I'm not sure what I paid for that lot. I think I probably paid up for it because of the Effie piece. So now I do have some other silver that I need to test. I believe that these are from little lots that I had purchased. See the acid, you guys? Woo! Gotta make sure you take care of that acid. This is how I know there's still like acid on it. See how it's still wet? See this? See how it takes time? That means the acid hasn't neutralized. Oops. Add a little bit more just for safety. So we can neutralize some of that acid. Because remember, guys, the acid is sitting on here. So if you don't neutralize it, and you throw that away, technically the acid can eat through other things. So this is just something I do. I am hyper aware of working with acid. So let's clean that off. Flip them over. All right, let's have a look at some of the acid pieces that I have and see what we got. Now, I absolutely love these. I need to do a little bit more research on these. I actually got these in a lot quite a while ago, but they are just, look at them. These are wood. They are screwbacks, so they are an older earring. But aren't those gorgeous, you guys? You can't come across stuff like this anymore. They're very unique. So we'll go ahead and give him just a little scratch just to see if he's sterling. I don't believe that he is. He's got kind of a gold tone to him. So I got this little piece. I believe that could be Alexandrite. It does have a color shift to it. I need to test it though. Because if I put that on a sterling necklace and you guys get it and you think, oh, well, it's sterling. Yeah, no, not necessarily. And I can't sell stuff that I don't know if it's sterling. These are gorgeous. These are marked ATI 925 China. And these ones actually came with backs. So What I don't like about these is that looks to me like a rhodium plating. So we'll test the bar. I'm not willing to scratch it all up into oblivion at this point. This is gorgeous. So this is sterling silver, and these items are things that, you know, I sell these separately. Um, Sometimes I'll do sterling sales online, sometimes I won't. It really depends on the items because a lot of my sterling items are worth quite a bit of money. But look at this, you guys. These are pearls. Isn't that gorgeous? So it is marked 925. So I'm going to test like this little metal bead right here, and try to test a little bit of the chain and not destroy the pearls in the process. I mean, it does look like sterling to me, but I could be wrong. It's very hard to do the chain piece on this, because you absolutely do not want to scratch the pearls. So that's the twofer. Let's see, what else did we get? These are marked as sterling, these little hooks, and it looks like the hooks are different to the earring, but we're going to test the wires. And I got this little necklace, which is absolutely phenomenal. So this is American Eagle. So I don't think it's sterling, but it is a gorgeous little necklace. Super long. I mean, it's a great little layering piece. So it's a little knotted down here. I gotta unknot it, but I thought I would check it just because it did have a mark on it. American Eagle, so that looks like sterling to me, guys. I don't know. Let's see, what other cool little bits did I get? I did pick up 2 sterling necklaces that I am absolutely in love with. So the first one is Triolet. Their jewelry is actually very expensive. I did actually look this one up. They sell for a lot of money. I do believe that this is sterling. We'll do a little twofer here. But it needed to be tested anyway. So, and then I picked up this little necklace. Now, I haven't tested the beads or anything. Isn't that gorgeous? I don't know what the stones are yet because I haven't tested it. But it was marked 925, so we're going to test that one as well. And I'm going to test this little hook closure thing. And let's see. Oh, we got another ring. Let's see what you are. So this is actually marked. Oh, this is a Judith Ripka. Woo! I don't know what the stones are, but let's go ahead and test the Judith Ripka. Also a very expensive brand. And then I do not believe that this is sterling, but I wanted to test it anyway. It did kind of look sterling to me. but I don't know. But I thought, you know what? Let's test it. I think it's probably a steal, but hey, you never know. You never know. All right, so let's go ahead and add our little, I do not believe a lot of these are sterling. All right, let's see what these little earrings, they do not look sterling, but I think I am going to test these for gold. So I'm going to put those to the side. This is not sterling, but I am going to test that stone. These are definitely not sterling, so we can put those in our non-sterling pile. Next, we have the little earrings. They are sterling, so that's great. Then we had the pearl necklace, and it is definitely sterling. That is awesome. The pearls on this are huge. So let's bring these. Let's bring the, I think we did a twofer on that one. Oh, these two are, so these are sterling. This is not sterling. This is sterling. The Judith Ripka is definitely sterling. So these two are sterling. See the darker brown? And not sterling. Such a shame. But what we do have is this little bit that I know is sterling. So I am going to put those into my little sterling thing. And what I'll do, guys, is with some of these items, I will actually go in and do some research, like the Judith Ripka and things like that. So let's have a look. We do have a few more items here. I might as well get them all done. So we have this little pearl bracelet, and it says a new beginning. It does look like it's marked. It is marked 925. So we're going to test that one. I'm going to put him separate because I want to test him. We have, what do we have here? Is this broken? It is broken. And let's see if we're marked. We are not marked. I think I'm gonna test this because there's a couple gold beads on here and the clasp does look gold. So I think I'm gonna test this. And if it, I mean, honestly, guys, if it is gold, I'm just gonna have to scrap it because it's broken. Then I got this little necklace. And he is not marked with anything, but he is all stone. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of research on him. So we'll put him to the side. We have a little silver tone chain. Silver tone chains are always great. So let's give him a, yeah, he looks like he's sterling. We have these little earrings. Um, I don't know if they are. I don't know. They are stone. So we'll put those right there. Now, I don't believe that this one is sterling, but we will go ahead and test it. He was not marked. I don't believe. I do not believe that this is sterling, but you know what, guys? You never leave a stone unturned. No, he's definitely not. We'll just put him there. I have this little earring wire, so I'm just going to put him to the side for a minute. Let's get through some of the bigger pieces here. So this is Believe, and it is Tinkerbell. I don't see a mark on this. Do you guys? So let's go ahead and give it a test. He does not look sterling. Let's see, what other little bits do I have over here? Oh, I got another ring. Let's see, what are you? Oh, this is a Pandora, you guys. And they got all their stones. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be sterling. Let me pull some of these little bits forward here, you guys. I got bits. These look like Mexico silver. And because it's all joined together, well, maybe it's not. All right. All right, guys. I mean, it's all got to be tested. Can't sell anything that says it's sterling and then it's not, you know? So then we have this. This is a really nicely made little pendant. All right, let's get rid of that bag. Oh, oh, guys, I'm dropping stuff all over the place here. Let's look at this. This is gorgeous. This is a little silver pendant. Star of David. Looks like it's got a rhodium plating on it. We'll do a twofer. Looks like peridot. We have got these little, these are gorgeous, by the way, you guys. I am in love with these. I haven't tested them, so I don't know if they're like glass, but I mean, they're just fabulous. All right, let's see what we got. So we definitely have some that isn't. This one is definitely, I can see from the red, sterling. So we'll put him over here. Next, we have the little sterling chain. Woo! Ooh, that is a bright red. Then we have the little earrings. Nope, those are not sterling. Then we have this, which I knew was not going to be sterling. And that is this one. And I also knew that that wasn't going to be sterling. Then we have the little Pandora ring. Definitely sterling. Then we had the little earrings. Let me make sure I've got this. What is this one? So that was sterling. So the earrings are sterling. I think that this one is sterling, you guys. Next, we're doing the little silver charm. Not sterling. Next, we're doing the Star of David. Not sterling. And then last but not least, not sterling. So these items were definitely not sterling. I am going to retest these two because I think I messed up a little bit. All right, let's just test these two little items again. No, I don't think that those are. Oh, that is a bright red. This is why I had to retest these two items because I didn't know which I had mixed them together, but this is absolutely sterling. So that's great. Uh, so we'll put our little sterling pieces away. All right, guys, I'm going to clean this up, get the rest of the stuff out, and then we'll finish testing, and then we'll go from there. Hold one moment, please. Okay, guys, I feel like I'm getting through it, so I'm going to bring this down a little bit. I have this beautiful set. It is marked on the inside 925. Oh, maybe this is a moissanite, you guys. There's actually, ooh, let me back it up. There's actually another mark in there that gives the carat weight. So I don't know, but we're gonna test it. It's probably, if it has a carat weight in it, it is probably gonna be moissanite. So that's that one and that one. This one I just purchased from my mama and me, who is Julie. So if you haven't checked out her channel, do it because she's amazing. But this is marked as sterling silver, and I think it is absolutely fabulous. So I'm just going to give it a wee scratch. This piece I'm actually keeping. When I buy from other YouTubers, they are usually not pieces that are for sale. I don't sell or resell. This is a little sterling heart I got from my mama and me, Julie. So we're going to test that. I love antique, you guys, and she has such good prices. I was like, I have to buy it. I don't have a choice. Then we have this little Pandora. It is a Pandora. Is there a stone missing? No, the stone is not missing. So we're gonna test that. I'm just kind of doing things. I bought a little lot of pendants. So this is actually a Nikki Butler. So yay. And Nikki Butler does, you know, it does sell for really good money. So do I pay up for the lots? Yes, I do. Usually when I find pieces like Effie and Judith Ripka, I'm paying up for the lot. Um, but that is, you know, that's part of it. I know that the resale value on it is, you know, quite extensive. So, don't think they are sterling. And then I got these really cool little pair of earrings. I don't know what they are, but we're gonna test them for sterling. All right, let's go through these and then we'll do the rest. Oh no, let's add one more. I don't think you are sterling, but you are a really nice silver chain. Interesting. I don't believe that that is sterling. Okay, let's see what we've got. First ring, sterling. Second ring, sterling. My necklace, it is showing red. It does have a vermeil over it, so I am not doubting that that is sterling. And then I knew that my little stick pin would be sterling too. My mama and me sells really good items, so. And I know that she does her due diligence. Sterling. Nikki Butler, sterling. Ooh, you are definitely sterling. I wonder if you are gold. Interesting. Next is the big silver cross. Sterling. Now these are the 4 that we have left, and none of them look like sterling. Nope. 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 No. So these 4 items are not sterling. So we're going to put those in our non-sterling pile. And I am just going to put all these things in my sterling bag. I don't know where my other sterling bag went. So I do have all these little earrings that are, I mean, they're all, you know, look like sterling. So let's see what we got here. I do not know where this animal hair is coming from. My dog does not shed. We got a little pair of puppies. We got these beautiful peacock pearl earrings. We have a silver tone chain, and that is a pearl. Inside looks like a starfish. Then we have a silver chain. I'm just kind of trying to move everything out. We have another little pair of earrings. These 3 are, I think they're all separate sizes. And then, yeah. Oh, a couple little things. Okay, so, we'll, let me, let me move these all over so that you can see everything in frame. And then another little silver chain here. So hopefully you can see all of that. So let's do the earrings. Wow, they definitely look like sterling. These definitely look like sterling. Yeah, those look like sterling too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do not believe that those are sterling. We'll do all the earrings first. So I'm going to move the necklaces and the chains. And we have the little butterfly earrings. I have each one of these. These are all singles. They're all marked 925, but they're all different sizes. So I think they were probably made for people that just like to wear one extra earring, because there were no pairs. And we'll do this little dude right here. I do not believe that he is anything, but we're going to check him anyway. And then we will do the chains last. So there we are, guys. Oh, and we have this one. Let's just give you a... He will be a scrap silver because I don't have another one of him. All right. There we are, guys. Moment of truth. They are. They are. They are. They are. So those three, these are definitely sterling. I'm on the fence with those ones. These are not sterling. Nope. Pearls. Yes. Little butterflies. Yes. And these are the 3 earrings. Yes. 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 And then these 2 items. Nope. He does have some sterling on him, but it could be plated. So we're going to give him another scratch. Sometimes it just needs a little bit of a deeper scratch. So these are sterling. And I don't know, guys. I don't know. Yeah, he is sterling. He could just be dirty too, but he is definitely sterling. So this is not sterling. So I'm just going to test these little earrings again. Because they do say 925, but I didn't get a whole lot of sterling off of it. And so because of that, I want to just double check. Oh yeah. And there you have it, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna say that all of these are sterling. But these are not. Oop, but let's just scratch the pole. I don't, if the post isn't sterling, I'm gonna doubt that the piece is sterling. Nope. So those are not sterling. So let me get my little bag, make sure that I have all of my sterling pieces together. Okay, and then the last thing that we're gonna do is these few chains. And yeah, that'll be pretty much, I think, it for my sterling. And then I'm gonna do an update video, because I need to update you guys on some things that I found in Facebook lots. I have a couple Facebook lots and the whole drama with the one place that I purchased from, and I'm gonna fill you in on that, things that you need to be aware of. So this is gorgeous. This is Stia, and it is marked 925. So we're just gonna, do I have two chains here? Wait, what? I think I have two chains here, you guys. Or is it one? Oh, come on, Lisa. I think it is two different chains. Wow. Okay. So that one has like a little, looks like a diamond. I'm gonna test it. And you know, I mean, I'm wondering if I should test that for gold. Uh, you can see how hard I'm doing it because the chain is embedding into my finger. I gotta switch fingers. My finger hurts. No, that doesn't look. Ooh, I do not believe that that is sterling, my friends. All right, so let's see what we got here. Get a couple more Q-tips out. This one, I think I'm going to have to, if this doesn't come up as sterling, I'm going to have to check it for gold. Yeah, this one I'm going to check for gold, you guys. Very delicate chain. You didn't come up as sterling. You came up as sterling. You did not come up as sterling. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. I don't know what I did. All right, let's go from the back. Oh, yeah, because he was a twofer. That's right. So you didn't come up as sterling. You didn't come up as sterling. No, you didn't come up as sterling. And you didn't come up as sterling. So let's go ahead and just test this one again. Put you guys over here because you're not sterling. Yeah, I thought you were sterling. It's like a very dark brown though. So I would say that this is probably sterling, but it's a very low quality sterling. Now this one, I think I'm gonna test this. This does say 925 though. I don't believe that this says gold. Oh my God, you guys. It says 14 karat gold. Shut up. Oh my God. That would mean that would mean that that's a real diamond. 14 karat, baby. And look at it stay. You guys see that, right? Oh my God, I had a 14 karat gold necklace, and I bet you that that is a diamond. You know what? Let's go ahead and test that just to see. I am freaking out. I had no idea I had that necklace. So, you are sterling. You guys are not sterling. Holy cow, you guys, this is 14 karat gold. And so it's not like a lot, right? It's not like a lot of gold. But I mean, a real diamond, 14 karat gold, it all adds up. I can't believe that that's 14 karat gold. We're just waiting for the little light to stop blinking. And then I'm gonna hold this and hit that little stone in the middle. Ooh, I bet I'm thinking that this is diamond. Hold on. I didn't get a good. Wow, that is hard to get. Maybe it's a sapphire. Looks like we have a sapphire, you guys. A white sapphire, and this is 14 karat gold. I'm shocked. I don't even know where I got that from. Wow. So there's pretty much my sterling, and you can see the acid is still on there. So there you go. I haven't tested the other gold pieces yet. I'll probably do that off camera. I doubt any of them are gold. But I just wanted to give you the update on the sterling. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys. And, you know, I like to keep things transparent. You see what I see. Yeah. So, happy treasure hunting, guys. Peace out.